Good day, this is chapter 2 on wood stoving. Fuel. I want to talk about fuel. I've got my stage set up here with some fuel, and I'll go through the various fuel. This pile right here that I'm highlighting with my mouse are 4-inch and larger rounds. The next pile are 4-inch and smaller split wood, or just split wood in general. The difference being that on round wood you have the least amount of surface area compared to your mass. Round logs are going to be your longest burning logs. Split wood are going to create more heat in a shorter period of time. You're not going to have as long a burn, but it'll be easier to get your wood stove up to temperature. My third pile over here, I'll try to rotate around to it. Now that didn't help. This pile is anything less than 2-inch on its thinnest side. So a 2x4, a 2x6, a piece of plywood, piece of oriented strand board, particle board would go into this category right here. These are going to be your highest heat producing fuels, shortest burn time. On the end here we have a glowing ember. This icon CAD drawing represents a glowing bed of coals. And if you have a glowing bed of coals, you can easily put your 2-inch material or your split material and even one of your round logs on here. Okay. Let's see if I can manipulate my... Alright, we're going to build a small fire here. In this fire we've got a round log over 4-inch, one of them. We have one split piece of wood. We have one 2x4 and another split piece of wood on top. There are two schools of thought on where you should light these. The top-down method wants you to put a ignition source, which I'm going to consider would be some paper, some wax fire starters, or light kindling. And this is where you're going to light for the least amount of smoke. I know in our family we tend to light it here because the airflow comes right in through here. There's another subject on fuel, and it's called north-south versus east-west. Now if we take this pile and put it into this wood stove here, the airflow from this inlet, where most of the air comes in through this little hole here, would go right down this tube to the back of the stove. And that is what I want in my stove. If you put a piece of wood crossways, east-west in here, you get a situation where, if I can draw here, where the air comes in and then hits the log and goes straight up and then out. The stuff in the back of the stove here often doesn't get into the reaction zone, and I've had even newspaper sitting at the back of my stove and not igniting till late in the process. So you want this, let's see if I finish drawing and I come back, you want this section down here to be clear so the air from this hole can travel all the way down to the back of the stove. That's my video on fuel.